Well, we're here. It is May 12th. It is the last day of school. We walked out of the building 2 months ago tomorrow. We walked out of the building and we had a week, maybe two, might get three, and then we'd have spring break, so it'd be 4 weeks off. And hopefully, we'd kill all this crap off, and we didn't. And then we extended to May 1st, and then we said, okay, and then, so here we are, May 12th. We should have a classroom full of people here, and it's me and Las Vegas and Soft Kitty and the Red Sox and UK and the world. And then that's you. That's you. That's where you're supposed to be. That's where you're supposed to be. Even if you were sitting up there and I said, would you stop talking? Or if you sat back there and I said, hey, what are you supposed to be doing? Are you doing it? Or maybe you sat over here and I said, hey, please put away the drawings. We're working now. Even those people. Yeah, we should be here. Instead, I'm here with my Red Sox mask in my pocket in case I needed to go into somewhere. I'm sitting here in a room by myself again, working, checking off work from people, and getting stuff ready for next year. So I wanted to make sure I say goodbye to you. No, I don't say goodbye. I'll say it till we see you again next year. My friend Marsha used to never say goodbye. She'd always say, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, even if it was at the end of the school day. Say, hey, have a good night, Marsha. Have a good evening. Bye. And she'd go, Merry Christmas. So I'm not going to say Merry Christmas because that's Marsha's thing. But this is weird. This is really weird. This is weird to sit here and think about how we should be doing movies and making a mess on the floor, and I'm sitting there supposed to be going, would you stop talking? Just turn that voice down. Turn it down. Turn it down. Thank you. Hey, you're here. Bring it to here. Yeah. And somebody say, you picking on us. Why you yell at us? And I'm saying, I ain't yelling at you unless you shut up and listen. And then you go, and then I'll start dancing, like, ooh, ooh, choo, 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 choo. I'm ratchet, I'm bougie, or whatever. And then you'd go, oh my God, you can't dance. And I'd say, I can dance, just not good. And so you'd laugh, and then I would, do something. But anyway, I'm sitting here thinking about all the fun we had. Yeah, I think we had some fun. We learned, hopefully you learned a lot. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you learned things you're going to take to school next year to your social studies teacher. And you're going to say, oh, yeah, we got that last year, Mr. Everett's class. We all good. We got this. Or you're going to go, wait, I remember something like that. Or maybe you're going to do something like this. Go, I don't remember nothing like that. But I remember something like this that's kind of like that. So would that work? And Miss Griffith or whoever the new social studies teacher is going to say, yeah, that's kind of right. And they're going to start connecting, and they're going to make these connections. And see, I see you. Somebody, I got to still be kind of goofy because it's kind of my thing. But I asked a question on, I don't know if it was the Matrix or on the weekly question, daily question. I said, what's something that you learned, something you're going to miss, something you want to change? And a lot of me said, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to do good. I'm going to do my homework. Okay, well, there's something to be said for saying it and then doing it. You can talk that talk, but are you ready to walk the walk? And then a lot of you said, I'm going to miss your stories. We never learned nothing, but he just told stories to make it easy. I try to use stories to teach. Try to explain how things work, and these people we're learning about are dead. They've been dead for about a minute now, and I wanted you to get a chance to learn about how things were, how they are today. We talked about the Middle Ages, and how people start to question things, and they say, "Oh, don't question, don't question." Well, now we question everything, even when we should just listen and do what we're supposed to. We still question, and part of me is like, "Do what you're told," and part of me is like, "Hey, that's kind of what we want you to do. We kind of want you to question and think." I told you a long time ago that social studies was this much of my job, and making you critical thinkers and making connections. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted you to see social studies as more of a thought process and a way of seeing other people's perspective and belief and the way they do things in a different way, and appreciate that, as opposed to being, "Oh God, I got a social studies class, it's gonna last me a whole hour, and he gonna be up there trying to dance and do some stupid stuff, and he gonna pick on somebody." But hopefully you realize I'm picking on the ones who talk and keep us back, and hopefully the ones who are talking, you're gonna go, "Man, I didn't like getting yelled at all the time, so I'm gonna try to do something different." If that's what happens, great. It doesn't matter to me. I just want you to be successful. I want you to be the best person that you can be. I want you to get better every day. I want you to spend a little bit of time every day going, "Okay, what went well? What would I do different? And what would I change?" No, that's not right. How'd it go? What went well? And what you need to change? Every day, every class period, do that. When you're sitting in the class and you sit there and you go, and then all of a sudden, "Oh, bell's ringing. Oh, what am I? How'd it go? I don't know. I was in La La Land. What went well? I guess there's a lot of stuff on the board I probably should have written down, but I got friends I can get that stuff from. And then what would you do differently? Maybe I could take a couple of notes here and yon, and maybe that'll help me stay focused." It's funny, I ask you to connect things all the time. And when we studied the Middle Ages, and we studied the plague and how it came from China, and it came across the Silk Road. Yes, remember the Silk Road. It came across the Silk Road with all the traders, and then it came across Asia, and then there was a little jumping off point, and then it hopped on a boat and made its way over into Italy. And the people in Italy said, "No, no, no, you can't come in here." And they said, "Okay, we won't." And then at night they snuck in. And then the rats went, and the rats with the fleas on them went all over the place. And then the plague spread and killed 2/3 of Europe. And we said, question, do you think a plague like that could happen in our world today? And it was funny because a lot of y'all said, "Nah, that ain't gonna happen today. I mean, we got warning systems, we got medicine, we got treatments, we got hospitals and doctors and clinics, and that wouldn't happen to us today. We could get the warning out on social media, we get the warning out on TV and radio and everything else. We can even put on Snapchat and YouTube and Twitch and Flitch and Gritch and Snitch and enough of that. There's so many ways we could tell people." And then some of y'all said, "Yeah, that could happen today," because we're so used to going and going and going that if something like that broke out today, we'd still have planes, big metal tubes where people breathe in the same air, and they're going to keep recycling all that yuck. People are still going to drive, go to the mall. People are still going to go out to eat, and they're going to, and then they're going to, "Here, have a napkin. Here, can I have some chips?" Yeah. And, we said, "Oh, that could still happen today." Didn't know it was going to happen. Didn't know. I really hope that some of the stories helped you learn. Whether they made a connection, I make fun of myself quite a bit, but a lot of it is to show you that everybody's human. We all make mistakes. We've all done stupid crap. You are not the only one who said something and went, "Oh," and then you had to apologize for it, and then you had to pay for what you had said, because people never forget what you said. You're not the only person who's ever done something stupid, and everybody goes, "I remember that time when you..." We've all done that. Anybody who says they haven't, they're lying. I always said I wanted you to do 3 or 4 things. Social studies was a little bit of it, but then making connections between then and now, between there and there, between different groups. How they may do it this way and we may do it this way. We don't see anything in common. But when you think about it, they both do kind of this, they both do kind of this, and then all of a sudden you see. So I always wanted you to be a critical thinker. When somebody says, well, she said that so-and-so said that, wait, stop and think. Why would they say that to you? Do you believe it? No, but she ain't gonna talk like that to me. Well, why would they say that? And that's good with anything. Why would the drug company say, oh, we can't cure cancer, we can't cure these things? Well, because there's money in it to be made. Maybe there's a business out there that, makes ventilators and masks, and, these people are making a ton of money right now. But then on the other hand, think about the restaurants. Think about the restaurants that have closed their doors and may never open again. Think about the people who work in those restaurants. Not just the waitresses, but the busboys and the people who do the dishes. And, think about the laundry service that does all the laundry of the tablecloths and the napkins or whatever. Think about the person who works at a job from, 8 to 5. And then they go to their second job at 6 and they work from 6 to 10. And now their first job, they're laid off because they're not essential. And then their second job, the restaurant's closed. They only need 4 people instead of having 11 to wait tables. Think about that too. Be considerate, be concerned, ask questions. Sometimes you need to just realize that, okay, that's right. Yeah, I'll go with that. But it doesn't hurt to go, wait a minute. What? And then I just want you to be better, stronger people. Social studies teachers, oh, it's a dead guy. Oh, nobody cares about that stuff. We teach about government. Well, think about what the government's been able to do and had us do. And we've said, okay, how much have we given up our rights to be safe? Do we give up our rights to be safe? Do we give up safety so we can have our rights? Where's that balance? And that's the critical thinking that I want you to do. We talk about economics, supply and demand. The more there is of something and the more people want it, the price goes up. The more there is and the less of it there is, the price goes way up. The more there is, the less there is, and the more demand, price goes way, way, way up. Whatever. You can figure that kind of stuff out. I got a hair on my keyboard here I'm looking at, and it's driving me nuts. So there we go. Yeah. Squirrel. Hey, what? So I want you to be better people. I want you to be stronger people. Middle school teachers, people don't come back from college and go, hey, look, you helped me get through this class. I'm a 7th grade social studies teacher. You're going to get out of college in a lot of years. By the time you finish your freshman year, I'm going to be finishing my career. I've got 2 more years. I got cheated out of this one because I was sick, and then started off the year with my mom being sick, and then my mom got sick again, and then when I went up to take care of my mom in March, we didn't come back to school, so I missed out on my friends. You people. The people who laugh at me, that laugh with me, the people who wish my grandson happy birthday, wish me a happy birthday, the people who check on my mom, the people who say, hey, can I talk to you for a second, the people who drop a note here on my desk and say, hey, the people who got a good news card, who didn't expect it, and they come in and they show it to me, and they're like, I got your card. Or it'll be in their binder, and they'll go, hey, watch this. I open their binder, and I see it, and I go, trust me, I didn't forget. I won't forget. I have notes from a lot of you all somewhere around here. I'll put them somewhere that I wouldn't lose them. But I want you to see how important you are. Yes, I'll fuss at you. Listen, when I quit fussing at you, I've quit on you. I fuss at you because I want you to do things well, do them right. I want you to be successful. Don't do them halfway and go, hey, but I tried. Trying doesn't get it. Trying just doesn't get it. You got to try and you got to do. But I don't want to screw it up. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to fail. Failure's part of life. Suck it up. It's part of life. I failed a bunch. since March 13th. Miss Nalick has probably started to block my number. I started hitting her up on Snapchat because I'm like, I know you're not going to answer my phone call, but I still need some help. I've been out to her house on the back of the truck. I'll lay out the tailgate, lay out my computer and go, okay, this is what I have got. What did I do wrong? And she'll go, except she doesn't have this hairline here. She's got pretty hair and I got this. We're going to fail. That's how you learn. Remember that first time you rode your bike? You wiped out? You learned how to ride it. Remember that first time you walked by the hot stove and you touched and you went, ah! You learned. Remember that first time you took that hot bite of pizza and you went, okay, yeah, we never learned that thing. We still do that. But you think about how you've learned things. You haven't learned it because you've been good at it every time. You learned at it because you failed and you had to figure it out. And if that's what you learned from me, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. In fact, that makes me proud. It makes me very proud when people come back and go, wow, such and such happened. And, they don't say, you taught me it's okay to fail. They'll say something like, man, I just kept working at it. I thought, I know I can figure this out. And I just kind of smile in my, inside my heart and go, yep, it's good. Remember the Colonel way: respect, responsibility, and effort. Treat people, and I know everybody says, oh, the golden rule, treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people with just human, common, everyday respect. Even if they don't treat you that way, you're a better person for showing them respect, even if they don't deserve it. Even if they don't show you respect, you can still kill them with kindness. Will it be sometimes you're going to have to take up for yourself? Yes, there will be. But that shouldn't be your first reaction. I got my notes over here. See? I got my notes, so I'm trying to remember and take a look. Responsibility. You are responsible for you. What about that, Dad? You're responsible for you. You are responsible for paper, pencil, homework. You're responsible for your attitude. You're responsible for your effort. You're responsible for your behavior, and you'd have to accept the consequences of your behavior. Well, what about them? They did it too. Who can you control? That's all you're worried about is you. You be the best you, and every day try to be a little bit better you. That's going to work out. And then effort. Quit making excuses. Well, but I had to go to church, but I had to go do this, or my sister was, or my brother, or my mom said I shouldn't have to do my homework, or, my dad said, I understand, parents, what they tell you is important. But who ultimately cares about your success more than anybody else? You. That's it, you. Don't make excuses. Make improvements. Every day we can improve. I gotta sit here and clean up my room. My room's pretty clean, really. I gotta throw some stuff away. I gotta get rid of some of these books that are just half a book now. But that's my job. Not anybody else's. It's my job. And there are things that I just found while I was putting stuff away that I hadn't found all year long because I put them away too good last year. Look to improve. Don't make excuses. Don't be afraid to fail. But when you fail, don't be afraid to work hard and move past it. This is a sad way to end. I miss you guys. I miss talking to you. I miss people coming in, and even the folks who are loud. Sometimes we got in battles. I miss you because you make me better. You keep me young. I know this doesn't prove young, and well, this thing here doesn't prove young, and these dirty old glasses ain't young. But you all keep me young. You keep my spirit young, and I'm gonna miss you. Now, I'll be getting in trouble next year. Come by, say hi. But if you come by once in a while and say hi, I'm going to be pretty happy. I'd like to see some of you on some clubs next year. You don't have to play basketball or football or baseball or volleyball or soccer or tennis to be involved in school. No, you can be in STOP. You can be in KYA. You can be in Beta. You can be in the chess club. I don't play no chess. Chess is a way to make your brain work. It helps you look forward and predict. It makes you look for strategies and patterns. So Don't dismiss everything because it's something that you haven't done before. Be open to new stuff. But most of all, just be great people. So, it's a weird day. Wish you were here. Wish you were here yelling back at me when I'm yelling at you to sit down and shut up. I wish you were here making noises and making a mess, because that keeps my soul moving. You keep my soul moving. You keep me young at heart. See you in the fall. Stanford out.